Hi guys, welcome to another video. This is impromptu. I'm filming on my computer. I start work in about 15 minutes, but my hands were full to bring stuff down to my desk for work, so I couldn't bring my camera, so I'm just filming on my computer. So I apologize if the quality of this video is not as good. This just makes it easier for me. I'm still having excessive back pain. The good news is, I do have the spinal cord stimulator trial surgery scheduled. So, but that's not until the end of August. So we'll see how that goes. It's to make sure that it'll work. It's installed on a Tuesday, removed on a Friday. So yeah, but it's the last partial week in August, and so it's removed the last Tuesday in August or installed the last Tuesday in August and removed the first Friday in September. So I'm looking forward to that. um, there was no TBR this month because I had a little accident. I I have found that some medication that I take causes me to have unsettling dreams and nightmares. And that's actually what happened. I had a nightmare. I'm calling it a nightmare. You'll find out why. I had a nightmare that I woke up with a spider the size of a small salad plate on my chest. And of course, I freaked out, tried to get it off my chest. And that caused me to literally fall out of my bed. I've got bruises on my arms. I conked my head on my nightstand, both bruises from my nightstand, and I have a bruise that webs or veins from basically below my butt up to my middle of my back, below my shoulder blades. So I've got a huge bruise on my backside. Um, and I was so stiff for several days, and I just could not sit anywhere that I wanted to really film. I do have a recliner upstairs in what my mom has termed the sewing slash reading room. However, that chair, I mean, we're in August, it's hot, and that chair gets really hot. So if you're hot just sitting in the room, you're getting even hotter sitting in that stupid recliner. So I'm at my office desk. I thought I'd sit down at my desk a little early. I've got a good chair with good back support, so that will help. Or it does help because I do have to work to get paid and to do the insurance. But so there's no August TBR. Now, I will say I am participating in several readathons, but kind of on the down low. I have all of the prompts written down. Let me grab my notebook and I'll tell you exactly what ones I'm kind of participating in and will help me pick my books to read. So obviously I'm participating in the Magical Readathon. And I'm going to be the master of the elements. I have read a lot so far I've completed 6 books, I think, for the month, but that's by reading a lot of Harry Potter books. Well, they're not really Harry Potter books. They're based in the Wizarding world. They're nonfiction because they are movie scrapbooks. Um, Several of these were published by Warner Brothers, and so far 2 of them were published by Jody, what's her name? Jody Revenson. I don't know who published this one. Um, Probably Warner Brothers as well. This one's for the dark arts. There was a Diagon Alley, one that was just all about Hogwarts. And they give pictures of snapshots from the movies, and they also tell you kind of how some of the stuff was done, which was really interesting. And they also say when some of the actors started to do their own stunts, which is about age 13 or 14. Um, and and when some of their reactions to certain situations were genuine because they had genuine fears, like Rupert Grint that plays Ron Weasley actually has arachnophobia, and so the scene where he goes into the Forbidden Forest to confront Aragog, which is Hagrid's arachnomantula or whatever it's called, his spider friend, he was genuinely scared. And the scene in the third movie where Mad-Eye Moody enlarges the one spider with the Imperious Curse and makes it dance around the room. Um, and him having that spider on his face was scary as well. So I read a couple of these. These are, I think, 4 or 5 of them, and I think this will be my 5th or 6th. And then I'll be done with all of my movie scrapbooks. I would like to get some more movie scrapbooks. I have seen one. I should add it to my wish list so I can remember to get it at some point. But I did see one for, oh, what is it? Anyway, so I read a couple of these, and these are only 47 pages, so very quick to get through. But I did see a movie scrapbook for The Sound of Music. And I wonder what other movies there are that have the movie scrapbooks that would be fun to watch. Like, for example, if they had, um, like, The Hobbit would be fun to look at. Um, Jurassic Park, that whole series in movie scrapbook form would be awesome. And I would want every single one of those. So I've got to do a little research and see what else is out there that I can get. So anyway, so I'm participating in the Magical Readathon. I want to be the Master of Elements. So I'm working on that. And that's for the whole month of August. There is also one called the Summer Mixtape Readathon. This one's hosted by Leanne from, I'm blanking on her title name. Literary Diversions, I think is what it is. Um, and that one's only for 2 weeks from the 1st to the 14th. So I've got some of those. The other book that I have read, I'll write a note and do an individual review, but it's the second in the Trill and Bay series I've read, which is My Kind of Forever. So I have that. I only have one more prompt, again, because I've submitted these movie scrapbooks for these prompts. Now, I'm not actually submitting these, so if they have a submission form or something like that to get points or something, I am not doing that. I'm just trying to take it easy, as easy as I can. I hope to have my TBR video up for September, or to film that. Hopefully I will feel well enough to do so, but it might not. I don't know. I don't know if I'll have one up until October, partly because this trial cord stimulator is only for a week. And then when I get the official stimulator, it's going to depend on, one, if the trial works, and two, to determine what type of battery I'm going to have to have installed in my hip. And then depends on the availability of the doctor that's going to install it. So could be a month or 2 out before I get the official one, but we'll see. Okay, so those are the 2 readathons. The other one is Trop-ical Readathon. I'm just kind of trying to, whatever I read, I see if it'll fit any of the prompts. So far I've completed 2 of the prompts for Trop-ical Readathon, which takes place in another country. The movie scrapbooks, of course, we know that the world of Harry Potter, was filmed in like Scotland and England, so it's a completely different world, completely different country. Um, and then audiobook or ebook was the ebook of My Kind of Forever by Trill and Bay. So that's what I have so far for Trop-ical Readathon. There's 13 total common prompts. If I can, the team I'm joining, again, completely down low. I'm not submitting these. I'm just trying to fulfill the prompts. But the team for that I'll be working on is Team Mystery Horror Thriller. The individual prompts is a mysterious invite trope and the undead trope. I'm thinking for the undead trope, I'm going to read, what is it called? But it's by Mira Grant, and it's in the zombie world that she created, and I'm blanking on the name of it. Anyway, thinking about reading that. The other one is Pick-Pong-A-Thon. I think this sounded fun. I did pick my prompts for Pick-Pong-A-Thon. I just did by completely random generator. So for our book with the map, I did Spells and Charms, which was a Harry Potter movie scrapbook one, because it has the Marauders map in it. So that one's fulfilled. I got a roll that said +1 book, and reward, and then a mood read, which I did a movie scrapbook for Diagon Alley. So, and then there was one where it was like there was no prompt given or something. So I'm just kind of, again, taking it easy. The other readathon, I've got 2 more. The other one is called Witch-A-Thon, which I am going to be a part. I am being a part of Team Kitchen Coven, because those are the prompts I will be working with. I don't know, there's something that drew me to that group. So Which-A-Thon will be Team Kitchen Coven. So that's that one. And so far I feel have fulfilled 3 prompts, which was, well, technically 2. A palette cleanser. These movie scrapbooks are so easy to get through, so I definitely consider a movie scrapbook a definite palette cleanser. So that works. The other one was flowers on the cover. So that was the My Kind of Forever, which was the second in the Trill and Bay series. The only other one, I went ahead and put in a movie scrapbook for the free space, even though technically I didn't need to, but I'm that's just something that I do. So I'm working on that one. There's 25 spaces, so 24 official prompts. The other one is, of course, the one that we all know, the Polarthon created by Jade from JD Ray Reads. So this one, what I like about this prompt, this readathon, is there's no prompts. You just take the books that you read, you write them down, and once you reach 100 pages, you basically get a fish, which that fish feeds the polar bears. And then Jade also has a link to a place that if you want, you can donate some money for the polar bears, I believe. I didn't look too much into it because I just can't afford to do something like that right now. I'm trying to pay off my debt. So I just can't do that right now. I really need to get things paid in full. So yeah, so far I've read a total of, why did I put number 4 twice? Total of 6 books. So with all of the with the ebook that I read and all of the movie scrapbooks, so far I'm up to 492 total pages read, which is 4 total fish for the polar bears. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just keeping a running tally. I need to figure out a different way to write things down so that they're easier. I hope to be able to do at the end of July, I hope to be able to do a wrap up for all of these readathons. So all of them, except for one, takes place for the entire month of August, and the only one that doesn't, that only goes through the 14th, is the Mixtape Readathon. So and I liked that one because I remember mixtapes. I remember thinking they were so cool, wishing I could get a mixtape, but wasn't cool enough to have friends that would make me mixtapes, and wasn't cool enough to know how to make mixtapes. But I remember having cassette tapes. One of I had there's 2 cassette tapes I remember having. One was the soundtrack to Aladdin, and the other cassette tape that I remember having was a soundtrack to the Care Bears. And I listened to that one so much when I was in kindergarten to 2nd grade. I loved that one. So, yeah, those are the ones I absolutely remember. I know I had more because I was born in '83, so I grew up with the cassette tapes. I didn't get my first CD until I was it 7th grade or 6th grade? One of the two, either 6th or 7th grade. I didn't get my first CD. So, yeah, I grew up with the cassette tapes. So, anyway, and of course, the horrors with it getting caught in the thing when it's played too much and the ribbon of the tape getting messed up. So, I have dealt with that before as well. Anyway, so that's kind of my reading update. Um, with kind of so far what I've read, it's only being the third. Again, those movie scrapbooks are very easy to get through. I sure hope I definitely can look to see if there's like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movie scrapbooks. Those would be fun. Um, so and of course the Sound of Music. I know I have seen that one. So that's kind of the update. TBR, I'm just letting myself kind of, as of right now, I look at the prompt and then it helps me decide. I don't consider myself a mood reader because I get so overwhelmed because I have so many books, I don't know what to pick. So that's why I do my TBR game and or these readathons, because the prompts help me narrow down my selection to what book I want to read. So these really help. So whoever created the very first TBR game, whoever that was, I am extremely grateful for because that was just wonderful. And the very first readathon as well with the prompts. Those two people, fabulous. You started something that's wonderful. Anyway, I'm not going to do a review for the movie scrapbooks because it's just what it is. It's a movie scrapbook. So I won't do any individual reviews for those. I do need to do an individual review so far for the second in the Trill and Bay series. I did finish The Poppy War, and I also read, last month, I read Nixia. So I need to do individual reviews for those. I brought these down so that when I have a break from work, I can hopefully do those reviews. It'll just be on my computer. So that's my plan for right now. So again, there's not an official TBR. I'm just kind of low key participating in the readathons to help me pick the um, books that I'm going to read because I just was in too much pain from the falling out of my bed at like 2:30 in the freaking morning to be able to do a TBR game. So I'm hoping to feel better enough to do one for um, September, but we will see. It just depends on the stuff that's going on. So yeah, and I do have some ideas to upgrade my game because I've thought of a whole bunch of other prompts and spaces and stuff like that. I'm going to take my time doing that. I still plan on doing the different levels, level 1, 2, 3, and 4, making it more complicated as the levels progress. But again, that's going to depend on how often I can work on that because it's going to be a lot of drawing and coloring. So we'll see. Anyway, so that's kind of the reading TBR slash update stuff so far. Um, so that's all I can really say. I hope you guys are doing well. If you would like to comment anything that you would like to. I would be interested to know if there's a book you are really excited to read for the month of August, what you're really looking forward to. So I've got to go now. I need to get to work. I need to log in. So I will talk to you guys later. So until next time, please stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I'll talk to you later.